2026 Dutch Open Darts, brought to you by the NDB. We are here in de Bontewever, Assen! We begin with our Open quarterfinals, and we welcome to the stage a man playing in his first Dutch Open quarterfinal. He is the reigning Czech Open and Romanian Classic champion from England, the Interceptor, Jenson Walker! His opponent is a former Bruges Open finalist. Please welcome from the Netherlands, Kristiaan de Boer!
Well, more than 4,000 arrived yesterday early morning, nice and bright, and only 8 remain. And what better way to start the quarterfinals than with the #1 seed, Jenson Walker. He's looking to add another WDF title to his ever-growing list. It was only last week he was a champion in the Romania Classic. He started to become a winning machine at the back end of 2025, following on from a very promising youth career. He's certainly blossoming in senior level darts. He's had to win 9 games to reach this stage so far. He began at 10 o'clock yesterday morning, and he nearly did it in quite incredible fashion, because he hit 2 180s, he went 6 into a 9 darter against Luca Bernot. And he has, through varying levels of performance, managed to get through to the last stage. He probably is the favourite to win the title from here, but he's got to win 3 more games, and the first man on stage standing in his way is the 35-year-old Dutchman, Kristiaan de Boer, a former WDF ranking finalist. But Richard Ashdown, I think it's safe to say that this game should be Jenson Walker's to lose.
Yep, certainly Jenson, a player that loves it up on the big stage. We've seen that since his television debut. Just likes being up there, feels comfortable. I think we can already see that. He's showing us.
140.
A steady start also from the Dutchman.
140.
Well, keep this up, gentlemen.
Well, if we do keep this up, we're entering record territory, so we'd love to preside
60.
over that. Dutch Open,
40.
as we know, is a wonderful mix of semi-professionals and amateur darting stars. Jenson Walker with the full resplendent sponsored shirt with a lovely homage to the Scar scene in his hometown of Coventry. Kristiaan de Boer turning
41.
up in a rather plain, dowdy looking
64.
black polo shirt. You get a bit of everything here.
56. Kristiaan, you require 140.
Well, an outside chance, but a good one now. Yes, double 10.
130.
What a steal that could have been.
Jenson, you require
Beginning
8.
of this first quarter-final.
It's already an early scare for the
Game
interceptor.
shot in the first leg.
And
Jenson
sweeps in
Walker.
to take the first
Second
leg.
It's Kristiaan
Hold
throwing
of throw
first.
in 16, but good signs for Kristiaan.
Certainly.
59.
Considerable gap in the overall averages these two have produced. Jenson around the 84 mark, 10 points more than de Boer.
180.
And that gap will climb following the 180. First to 5 legs in the quarterfinals. And we'll move on to the semi-finals before the final of the Open tournament is in set play.
45.
This really is like an advanced course for a darts player
59.
to progress in the Dutch Open. So much to deal with. The sheer numbers you've mentioned. There's no tournament even comes close
140.
to the amount of people in this venue. As you said, over 4,000. The NDB actually had to cap it. Well, there's no cap here on the scoring. Brilliant stuff once again from de Boer. Had an outside chance in the first leg.
46. Kristiaan, you require 63.
13, often the favourite choice here. Tried the treble 9 for double 18. Now goes to tops.
Game shot in the second leg. Kristiaan
Nowhere
de
near
Boer.
the treble 9,
Third
but
leg,
brilliant dart at
Jenson
tops to
throws
level the
first.
match.
Game on.
Yeah, and as I say, the amount of people to contend with, the varying
44.
stages if you're playing on the streaming lanes. Very different atmosphere to out in the hall. Over 100 dartboards lined up.
140.
And also, there's the stamina to consider, Dan, because everyone that reached the last 128 had to have an overnight gap, play again early this morning. So these guys already been hard at work today.
Yeah, they've already had to play 4 games. It's not as if they
41.
qualified for the quarterfinals yesterday. The cut-off point for Saturday is the 128. Then those games were played earlier this morning as Walker hits a second 180, a third of the match.
And the reason I bring that all up is because of how fresh these two are looking.
60.
You know, it would be so easy for someone like Kristiaan de Boer, who is an amateur player, to think that he's already won by getting to the stage. But he looks steely and focused. It's like he really wants to win this.
If he carries on like this, there's no reason why he can't. Jenson's going to have to be on top of his game here. 20 for tops.
40.
Wrong side of the wire. So Shanghai for Kristiaan de Boer. Couldn't get his way past the first dart.
60. Jenson, you require 38.
Splits. And there's no way that he meant to leave double 14. He's gone around for double 7. And that's a mess for Jenson Walker.
You can tell by the hesitation that wasn't the intended target. Of course, it's a handy backup, that single 10. That's the move. Over-pitched that with a new angle.
40.
Good adjustment, but not good enough. So again, Jenson has the option.
Jenson, you require 14.
Does he stick or split? Splitting again. Double 4.
Game shot.
This time, well executed.
Jenson Walker. Fourth leg, it's
well intercepted, you could say.
Game on.
You could and you should.
Well intercepted.
Did see Jenson Walker at Lakeside reach the semi-finals where he had a right old dust-up with Mitchell Lawrie. It was a superb game to watch. Two teenagers
95.
throwing everything at each other, and fortunately for Jenson, it was Mitchell who prevailed. But while Jenson has not taken as many headlines as Mitchell, he's doing a lot of fine things in his young darting career.
60.
Already amassed so much stage experience. Been a winner in the Modus Super Series, played in the UK Open on the main stage. Not forgetting his trips to Lakeside.
Mr. Lakeside there on the stage.
133.
Now referee Nick Rolls, overseeing things.
$139.
It's all eyes on this match. Big 16.
136.
Leaves the double top.
102.
Needs must here for Kristiaan. Started this leg. Will he finish it?
Game
There's the answer.
The fourth leg.
Kristiaan de Boer is putting everything up against Jenson Walker here.
First. Game on.
Fist pump to the crowd. You wonder if this match gets tight, whether the home advantage with the audience will have any bearing. As we've often seen,
99.
wherever the tournament is hosted on a big stage, that home crowd can be a help or sometimes a hindrance.
93.
Depends on how you handle that kind of support and pressure.
I think Jenson did his very best to try and get the home fans on side during his walk-on. He gave us a questionable little jig as he completed his walk-on.
100.
Yeah, trying to shake hands with every audience member. Works for some.
I am a fan of the walk-on, I've got to say, and I think you are as well. Bobbing your head and singing along to the specials.
59.
A little bit low pitch for me.
134.
All of a sudden,
91.
this is shaping up despite that missed big number.
64.
Very well indeed for Kristiaan. He's going to return for a break of throw. Great setup from Jenson.
124.
Leave tops.
Kristiaan, you require 43.
Let's see what Kristiaan's double of choice will be. 11 for double 16 to break the throw.
35. Jenson, you require 40.
Well, Kristiaan has had darts that double in every leg so far. Could have been walking off stage.
Game short.
Instead, he finds himself 3-2 down.
Sixth leg, it's Kristiaan.
And I wouldn't go as far to say Jenson has been fortunate, but the 3 legs that he's won, the only legs he's had darts at double in, he's been efficient.
60.
We do have our quarter-final lineup sorted and sealed for Dutch Open quarter-finals. Paul Kroner of Germany, who we saw at Lakeside, takes on Heiner Uldrichs. The winner from 2 years ago, Jan Bottenberg, is in action against Brent Pleisier, who I am informed is of no relation to Wesley. And another Lakeside participant, Tony Grunewald, the highest ranked Dutchman, in at number 3, completes the quarter-final lineup against Belgium's Lennart Faz.
81.
A full darting songbook already being sung.
100. $96.
Great atmosphere.
Kristiaan, you require 120.
Great game so far. Treble 20. Tops.
Game short. And the
Brilliantly executed there. He had an attempt earlier at the 120, blocked the treble 20, couldn't get round it. That time, a nice open bed. Manoeuvred up to the double top.
97.
Perfectly.
Second ton plus check out of the match for Kristiaan de Boer. Jenson Walker is being worked very hard. And he was worked hard in his first 2 matches of today. Both of them went the distance. This one is shaping up to do the same. More convincing against Marcel Otter and Mike van Dijvenbode in the last 32 and 16 respectively. But
58.
He's going to have to battle.
$60. $137.
If Jenson didn't know much about his opponent before the game, he certainly will now. He has a match on his hands here. The Dutchman steady and strong on those trebles.
Kristiaan de Boer hasn't had much success in terms of titles, but he is a solid player. He was a last 16 participant at the recent World Masters.
72.
He can clearly play. And he's being buoyed by the big stage. He wants double tops for a break of throw.
Jenson, you require 46.
Another chance passed up. Double 16 for Jenson. Double 8, huge darts.
30.
Huge miss.
Kristiaan, you require 20.
Gone with the throw every leg so far, but that has changed. Kristiaan de Boer has broke at the most crucial of junctures, and he's one away from a place in the semi-finals.
When you are the player throwing second at the start of a match, the penultimate leg you need to break always seems the best time to do it if you could choose that one breaker throw to do it, the leg before you then throw for the match.
Number 1 is the smallest number, but it carries the greatest pressure.
Do you think that's a factor for Jenson?
It could be.
Target on his back. It's on his shirt as well.
It is. Well observed.
I'm not sure what's happening on his shirt. Well, Kristiaan finding that amusing. I'm not sure Jenson did.
It worked. Sure he didn't.
180. 100.
Jenson Walker is chasing.
Love that 180. I'm not sure we're going to see a better 180 hit today.
96.
That kind of panache. Kristiaan. So, 2-ton plus finishes already. 102, 120.
Kristiaan, you require
Let's see a 105.
105. 47. Jenson, you require
He should come back.
157.
And he will.
59. Kristiaan, you require 58.
Single to double for the semi-finals. Kristiaan de Boer looks at tops.
38.
Chances have gone,
Jenson, you
but
require
this isn't
98.
easy. 98 for Jenson. It's been made much easier now.
79.
An aggressive attempt. Fancied that, to be honest. But
Kristiaan, you require
this
20.
is the moment for Kristiaan de Boer. Double 10 to take his place in the Dutch Open semi-final.
No score. Jenson, you require 19.
Can't be affording to miss 5-match darts against the #1 seed. Different route, 11 for double 4. And it's worked a treat on double 2.
Jenson Walker.
Jenson Walker has dodged several bullets here, but it's back on his throw. 9th and final leg for the match.
It's Jenson to throw first. Game on.
We saw the under-14s final earlier go 3-2. The under-18s
96.
final go 4-3. You see our first quarter final going 5-4. And your referee, Nick Rose.
60.
Half wondering if it was George Noble dressed up as Nick Rolls.
98.
Fumph Noble, he's known on the continent.
60.
Fear rolls here.
100.
Will certainly come out the steadier of the two in this deciding leg, Jenson.
Well, speaking of fear, Kristiaan de Boer will be fearing the worst.
45.
Only 45. And wouldn't it be something? De Boer has had darts at double in every leg so far. If he doesn't get one in the
45.
decider, it would be a cruel blow.
Back in the treble, needs all three. So we've left a finish, but that's putting back in the leg.
140.
No finish for Jenson, decided to stay on 20s on his previous shot. Instead of setting up, now he has to be smart. Tried the ball on 90.
89.
I'll confirm that slips into the 17 to leave 73.
81. Jenson, you require 73.
Well, Jenson Walker has been made to work.
53.
He's not yet earned his place in the
Kristiaan, you
semi-final.
require
Both players have had match
115.
darts. Kristiaan de Boer has hit 2-ton plus checkouts already. He wants treble 20.
59.
Nervous Jenson Walker there. He
Jenson,
knew
you
his
require
opponent was
20.
capable of that checkout. He knows what to do. The crowd now getting involved.
Game.
But
Shot.
Jenson Walker
And
survives
the
a massive
Jenson
test
Walker!
and gives it to the crowd. The #1 seed proving exactly why he's got that number next to his name. Jenson Walker is looking for the biggest title of his career. I wouldn't be picking fights with the crowd if I were him. He's got to come back and play the semis and potentially the final. But it's a great start on the stage for the 19-year-old who wins
Well, ladies and
5-4.
gentlemen, a fantastic quarter-final to kick us off.